Hi everybody, it's Christina and thank you for joining me. So today we're going to use some Hessian sheets and we're going to make some really pretty flowers. Now for this you'll need to cut off a piece of Hessian in whichever colour you choose, but what you're going to do now is add some glue to it. So I've got some glue in this little pot. I'm going to add some water and mix it together so it gives me a nice runny consistency, and then I'm going to paint this Hessian with the glue. You only need to do one side, but you make sure it's all covered. And then once you've done that, you're going to leave it on one side, preferably overnight, and allow that to dry. So at the moment the Hessian is very pliable, but once you've coated it with glue and you've left it to dry, this is what you will have. It's stiffer, it's easier to die cut or hand cut, and it works much better. You can also colour it if you wish, which is what I have done with this. I've used distress oxides and a little finger dauber, and I've coloured the flowers as I would like them. So once this is dry, you will find that it will die cut a lot easier, and you can use any flower dies that you have to cut your shapes out. Now if you don't have dies, don't worry about it. Just take a post-it note and fold it in half, and then fold it in half again, and with a little pair of scissors keep the point towards you, and from part way down, don't come right down to the bottom, just cut yourself an oval shape out. Flip it over and do the same on the other side, and then when you open that out you will have a template ready for you to add to your Hessian to cut out, and you can cut your shapes out using that template. So we'll make these a little bit smaller. We've got that size, we've got this size. Now we'll make this a little bit smaller, and that will fit into the middle of that size there. So that can go there. We'll cut some of these out and then we can start to make our flowers. So once your sheets are dry, you now have choices. You can either add your templates to it and cut around your templates. Now for this flower I've cut 3 of the large ones and 1 of the small one, and that's going to be 1 flower. Now for this flower you can either draw a circle or you can cut with a die circles out, and for this flower I've cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circles out, and I'm going to cut another one, a smaller one, for the centre, and that will give me the middle of my flower. Now for this one I've hand cut 2 more circles. One's going to go in the middle and the other one's going to go underneath. Now with what's left I'm going to take these rose dies, and I'm just going to take this size and I'm going to cut that out 3 times, and that will give me these petals for my flower. Now with what you have left you can make leaves, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second. Now to add some shape to these petals, I've pushed them up and I've just bent them back a little bit at the tip. And that will just give me a little bit of shape in these petals. Now if you wanted to add colour, you can do, and this is the stage that you would do it at. So I've got some Mermaid Lagoon and a small brush, and I'm just going to go over the petals with my brush, and that will just put some colour into these. Now this is the smallest one, this is the top layer. So we can glue these together like that, so that they're all coming out at a different angle, and then on the top we'll add in the turquoise one, and then to the centre of that we'll add a sparkly gemstone. So once we've coloured that, we can glue all these together so that the petals just offset each other. And then to the top we can glue that one in place, and to the centre of it we can add a little dazzler, and that's our template cut flower. So with these now you're going to just add a little bit of glue to one side, and you're going to add it to the top of the previous petal. And we'll do that so that they're all tucked around the side. Now with the last one you're going to add glue to one side, and you're going to tuck that on the top, and this one you're going to put underneath, and you'll add some glue along there. And then to the centres you can add in your little centre pieces just to cover the holes, and this will strengthen this on the back. So there's another flower made, ready to add to your cards, and you can, if you wish, add some shape into these petals. You can also colour them with your inks if you wish. Now for the third die cut flower we're going to take seedless preserves and a small brush, and we're just going to go over the ends of the petals. You can leave them white if you want, but I do like to add a little bit of colour into mine. It just makes them stand out a little bit more. So we'll just add this in there. Now do this before you add the shape to your petals. Now I've already added shape to my petals, so I'm going to redo it and show you how I got the look. So once you've got your flower done, push your petals in and back up and pinch it, and that will give you the shape to the end of your flower. So you're just going to pleat it really, and then bend it up. And you're going to do that on all of them so that they all have some shape in the middle. And then in my stash I have found a little dazzler that will sit in the middle. So once I've got these all pushed together, now I haven't done the biggest size with these because they're going on a card. If you were doing them on a box or something else, you could make them bigger. But once you've got your petals all pushed together, you can add them all together with some glue. and this is hot glue. So we'll just offset the petals a little bit and then we'll add it to this layer. And we'll add some glue under there. And we'll add that to that layer. Make sure it's nicely centered. And then in the middle we'll add the little dazzler. And that will match the other flower that I created there. And now I'll show you how to do the leaves. So now you can die cut leaves that will complement your flower, or you can create your own. And for that I'm going to use the stiffened Hessian. And all I'm going to do is cut some shapes out. So I'm just going to cut them out like this. And they don't have to be anything fancy, they just need to be cut out. And then we'll take out some little side pieces. So we'll just cut some little V's into them. And that will give them a little bit of shape. And then once you've done that, you can add those to your flowers. So once you've drawn your shapes out like this, you can add some colour to those if you wish. It's entirely up to you. And because this is on a glued sheet, it won't fray. And then they can be added to your flower. So they can be added to your flower, and that's one way to do your leaves. Now if you don't trust yourself just cutting out, you can also draw the shape. So all you need to do is take a dark pen and just draw the shape onto your Hessian, and then you can cut that out. And there's another leaf ready for you to colour and add to your card. Now you can also put some shape into these as well, just by pinching them together, and that will give them a little bit of shape. And because they're glued, the shape will stay in the Hessian. If you try and do it without the glue on them, they won't stay in shape. So this is some Hessian that hasn't been glued, and if you try and crease that into a shape, it won't stay, whereas this will. So there's another leaf that you can add to your flowers if that is what you wish to do. So there's the die cut flower now with some leaves on it, and this one is the circle one, and for this we're going to cut our leaves from the paler stuff. And again, you can draw the leaves on if you want to, or you can just simply cut them out. It's entirely up to you. It's whatever you feel more comfortable doing, and I'm quite happy just to do this. So it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It's just a shape, it's just a leaf shape that you wish to cut out, and they can be coloured and glued to the back of that flower. And into the middle of that we can also add another piece to just dress that up a little bit. So there's my other one, and this is another die cut flower that we've done. Now to do these leaves you need some of the twine again. So we'll just pop some glue around the edges of this, and we'll stick that to the sheet. And then we'll leave that to dry for a little bit. And then we can cut that out. Now if you wanted to do leaves this way, then you would use the same trick, but you would use the lighter twine. So all I'm going to do is just glue these two edges together and pop that onto my Hessian sheet. So again, we'll just pop some glue around the edge. We'll add that to the sheet. And we'll let that dry. And then to put the veins in this, you need a smaller piece. You need some glue straight down the middle. And you're going to glue that piece in place. And then to put the side pieces in, the side veins in, you're going to take smaller pieces and just pop them along the side. Now once these leaves are dry, you can cut them out. You're just cutting up to the twine. And then to give this the shape that these have got, I'm just going to pop some glue in the middle there, and I'm going to squeeze those two pieces together. And again, wait until the glue's set up, and then that's your leaves completed, ready to add to your card. So there you have 3 different styles of flowers. You've got one that's been cut with a template, these have been cut with just circles and glued together, and these have been die cut. You've also got 2 different styles of, or 3 different styles of leaves. You've got the shaped ones with the V's cut out, and these are the shaped ones with no V's cut out. Then we've got the pinched ones with the Hessian around the edge, and this one has got the jute cord around the edge. So now you can add these to your cards however you would like. But for this one, we're going to make this into a card. So we've got some patterned paper on the back. I've cut an oval. I've also cut some other shaped leaves out to add to my card, and that flower's going to sit along there. So we'll glue that in place, and then we'll add a sentiment. So there you have a varied choice of flowers that you can add to your cards, but because of the depth of the flowers, you will need to add the card to a box. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please leave me a comment and give me the thumbs up. And why not subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell, then you'll always be aware when I add a new video. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.